And stuff like that pisses off the Lord, you know. Veterans, homeless veterans, you know. Of course, Jake veterans, you know. If you went to war in the ancient world, in our nation,
and those were the wealthy people.
The spoil, the main spoil was divided. Okay. And if something happened, you were taken care of, bro. You didn't have to go to war no more. You were in poverty. You got looked after. You know? This is a fucking wicked society, bro. They don't give a fuck about nobody, but they're ancestral family, man.
Yeah.
The elite don't give a fuck about their own people. That's why they're ready to nuke this bitch and kill you all with Jake.
That's why the love of many shall wax cold, man.
Yeah.
That's why that's why they give free needles to the drug addicts out there in San Francisco, man.
And they do it here too. The methadone clinics.
Right, they ain't trying to help. They ain't trying to help nobody. They're like, you know, hey man, hey, instead of trying to give them help, we gotta pay all these. Hey, we want to give you help. That means we gotta facilitate a place where they can get better. We gotta pay all these employees. We gotta hire all these professionals. You know what's cheaper, man? Man, just give them fucking needles so they can, hey, shut up and just do your drugs, man.
Yeah, lock these motherfuckers up for a year and have them fucking, you know, go through the withdrawals and clean up. But they don't do that. They'll give a motherfucker a week in a program. Program's gonna have synthetic heroin, methadone, which they say doesn't even get them high. It just takes away that urge. It's just making them like, okay, now I want to get high.
Right.
Now I want the real thing, you know?
Well, I seen a video that was showing like the out in San Francisco, that's supposed to be where they help the drug addicts and shit. Well, these people, they went inside and they look like crack houses. They're all tagged up. There's like shit and piss everywhere. It's the same thing on the streets. There's just a bunch of drugged up motherfuckers laying around.
Shit house.
That's their help. They go there to get free needles, bro. That's all.
Shit out there. Motherfuckers dying out there. That's the shit house. That you motherfuckers dying there.
But that's the way Esau is. Esau don't give a shit. Alright? All he cares about is himself. You know? Hey man, and he wants it that way.
Yeah.
That guy shirt says 444.
I thought it was a 144. Yeah.
But that's the way Esau wants it though, man. Alright, so that everybody down here, you know, you're all just fucking living your shitty ass lives. You know, getting all fucking drugged up on antidepressants and shit. While Esau's just, you know, chilling on his yacht, counting his money, man.
Trump out there playing golf.
Yeah.
You know, meanwhile, you got the Proud Boys getting pissed off at what this guy's doing. You know, thought you were gonna make America better, stop all these wars and invest all the money back in. No, man. They getting ready to move on you.
Yeah.
Esau's getting ready to utilize the military to move on the Proud Boys, to move on you veterans, you know, to move on you patriotic Americans, because they don't want no fucking patriotism, man. They want you all in subjection under the elite, bro. They don't want you to fight and take America back and reestablish this place under morals of the way it was.
They want you to own nothing and be happy.
They want to microchip you, man. Going back to that. This is Revelation 20 verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. And that is talking about the spiritual counterpart. the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon, Satan. That's what I'm talking about, actual Satan. Because actual Satan is on the left hand of the Father. And he also going to and fro on the earth to seduce people's minds. This is talking about Esau, man. Because the word or name Satan means adversary. It says, when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And we're in that time. The nations have been deceived. The nations have been deceived, and Gog and Magog is being raised up to go to war. I just seen a video about the BRICS nations, how they're going to have the next BRICS summit in Brazil, which Brazil is a member of BRICS, and the ambassador of Russia is giving a speech to their BRICS counterparts. And he's saying, look, America and the NATO, they're moving their military further east to invade Russia, man. So that there is no more Russian liberation. They want to destroy us because we're separate from what they have going on. So this prophecy is being fulfilled before our eyes that nations are going to come to go to war. Some are going to link up with Russia, which are the BRICS. And then you're going to have the other nations, the UN, link up with America, NATO, and the EU. Really, NATO and the EU, because all nations eventually are going to shoot missiles on America. Oh, I just seen a video of Japan threatening America. And Japan and America are allies, man. Hey, man, they that ate thy bread are gonna lay a snare for thee, man. You know? Because the tariffs that you're doing, Trump. This is his time, man. This is the time for Esau to go his hardest, because it's about to go down. You know?
But Esau tell these nations, bro, he said, look, we just gotta get rid of these Israelites, man. And then the whole world, we could all come together and live in peace.
Just like Abraham.
But all Esau, the whole time, all he really wanted to do was conquer the world and enslave everybody, man.
Eliminate Jacob so that he could, in his mind, believe that he could just rule forever.
Right, right.
But now, like that's like the book of Esther, you know, the nations are waking up to him being the fucking devil. You know, they realize that you're duping them and that they need to get your ass out the way. Yeah, they don't like us, but they realize, look, we gotta get rid of this motherfucker.
This guy's the problem.
Yeah.
He's over here fucking starting shit, kicking up dust everywhere, man. Especially Trump come in and just want to start shit with everyone immediately, bro.
With everybody. You know? So just like that story in the book of Esther, Haman was trying to blame Mordecai and get the whole nation whacked. But then the king, the heathen, was like, the fuck, Haman? You're accusing this man when the whole time you plotted against me. Yeah. So they realize, you know, the nations are waking up. Hey, man, like the brother mentioned, there's no new thing under the sun, bro. Okay, the new is gonna come when this motherfucker goes down forever.
Yeah, he saw the snake, he saw the serpent, man, it's the devil.
Fucking snake, man.
You know? He done duped all these, hey, and now, look, all these nations are investing into this guy's technology. They done, you know, they're all realizing that they fucked up, and now they're trying to scramble to get away from the dollar. But they already made the dollar too powerful, man. They're already in that trap. And they know that shit, man.
Yeah, the majority of them all have a what do you call it?
Central banks.
Which is backed up by the physical and the digital.
And then they see what's happening to the global economy and how Esau's manipulating everything, and they're like, fuck.
Yep. And when the economy goes, it's gonna be a bloodbath, man. It's gonna be a bloodbath. You know? These nations, hey man, they gonna let loose, man.
Yep. And the dollar's gonna collapse, and they're gonna have no choice but to use that digital system that is being put in place, man.
This is Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
Yep.
And this place, Babylon, it says it's going to be thrown down with violence. That's the future of America, to be totally destroyed. But it's going to be destroyed violently. Okay? It's not going to just be a natural disaster, although natural disasters are going to be used. It's not. It's going to be intentionally fucking destroyed, man. Okay? Hey, Rome fell in a fire. Okay? It was burned, wars. That's going to happen in New Rome. Babylon the Great, New Rome. The Lord said, I'm gonna burn your cities. Your villages. You see what's going on in Israel with those wildfires? It's in the trees that they've been planting there since 1948. Those trees, they thought they were gonna use to like flourish the land. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushai played a game with you guys, man. Because those trees that they're planted, they said they planted over like 200 million of them. They're oily. So the heat and everything causes them to ignite, bro. And they said they planted like 200 since 1948. So you thought, hey, you were going to build up, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushai going to throw down, man. He's burning that fucking place up, man. So you through. Good.
God. Yeah, man. The Lord's gonna throw this place down with violence, man. You know, this place was used this place got propped up, and it's all trillions of dollars in debt.
Trillions.
And once this economy when the dollar collapses, man, it's gonna cause, the stock market, the trade market to deflate and collapse. Everything's gonna collapse, man.
USDebtClock.org. Right now it says $36 trillion in debt. $36.82 trillion in debt. That's a lot of money. And in all reality, that's a play on numbers. It's probably more like 80 trillion, $90 trillion in debt, man. And these countries, they don't want fiat currency, man. They want an actual resource. And then with the news going on about no gold being in Fort Knox, these nations are gonna say, you know what? Just fucking nuke this place, man. Because you don't have no money to give them. They can't hold you in ransom. They can't come to a deal with you. They just got to take you out the way. And Russia and China, one of them is like, look, you're going to take them out the way. Whoever comes up top, ruling next. That's what they believe. You know? They ain't going to link up, being the most powerful nation, to come together and share the prize. They're fucking heathen. They're going to go to war. And whoever comes out on top, then they're going to go to war. It's like a competition, a championship. The ladders go, and the final two fight. But in the midst of that, Yahweh Shai is going to return and burn them all up. You know? Out there in the mountain of troops, Armageddon. Armageddon.
What the Lord says, my determination to gather the nations, to assemble their kingdoms and pour out his indignation upon them, man. You know? So the Lord's going to judge these nations for what they did to Israel, man. That's what it all goes back to. Is what Esau and the other nations have done to Israel. That's why, you know, everything is the way that it is, man. You know, this devil moving over, you know, deceiving nations, moving around, you know, saying, look at how beautiful I am. God gave me this glory. You know, this is the image of God. You know, promoted himself as God. And he had all these nations bowing down to him, and now everybody's like, man, this motherfucker's evil, man.
Yep.
Look at it, man. They're all into homosexuality. They're all perverse and weird and just, you know, yeah, thieves and liars and crooks, scoundrels. You know, they can't even take care of their own shit in their own house.
Yep.
But they want to go around the world telling everybody what they gotta do. It's like, nah, man, we're done with this shit.
Done with you.
But yeah, man, the Lord's gonna, man, how about you now, really, man, the Lord destroys this place very soon, man.
Very soon.
We're looking to get out of here, man.
Yep.
You know, and the Lord's gonna keep his word, man. That's why you gotta believe. That's why you gotta believe the Lord ain't dealing with, you know, none of you guys that are all fucking wicked, you know. You know, not even that, man. Just straight up evil, just on some gang shit, on some dumbass, you know, fucking, you know, into this nasty ass black culture they got going around, man. Lord's looking for, you know, the meek. Those that are gonna humble themselves to Yahweh Shemel Shai, you know, put away evil, put away, you know, the madness, and do the right thing, man. Learn to do what's right.
Thirst after righteousness.
Yeah, man. Because we want to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. You know, we look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwells righteousness, man. Where Jacob's all cleaned up, man, and in their right mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's right.
All this fucking bullshit going on. We all are killing each other, and all these women are just nothing but nasty ass hoes. You know, the Lord ain't dealing with none of that, man. The Lord's got fire reserved for all that shit.
Yeah, the Lord hates that shit, man.
You know? And we hate that shit too, man. It's fucking gross, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it just being everywhere. Just, you know, like Agent Smith in the Matrix. He's talking to Morpheus. He's like, I feel saturated by this. You know, he's like expressing his disgust for the world and shit. So man, you know, hopefully we get out of here soon, man. You know, with that, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Yahweh Karadash.
Double honors to the apostles, and that was a great millstone, and shalom to the ultimate.
Shalom.